Reiki by Lani-Woo here, and I'm Lani-Woo. I'm inviting you to join me for my podcast, Reiki Rocks and Reflections, where I share how I use Reiki and crystal healing to bring illumination, perspective, and alignment to everyday life. I can't wait for us to chat. Hi, welcome to Reiki Rocks and Reflections, the podcast where we explore the ancient practices of healing and their modern applications to bring illumination, perspective, and alignment to everyday life. I'm your host, Lani-Woo of Reiki by Lani-Woo, and today we are diving headfirst into the fascinating world of Reiki healing and crystal healing. This is possibly two of my favorite subjects. People ask me which love came first, and I have to say crystals, because they lured me in with the sparkle and led me to Reiki. So today we will be exploring their histories, how they complement each other, and then practical examples of how to use them together in your healing journey. Are you excited? I am. I'm so excited to be here today with you. Have some other things that I'd like to show you. So grab your cup of tea or refreshment and have a seat, get comfortable. Let's get started. There's lots to talk about. Really quickly too, before we delve in, wanted to tell you a little bit about the crystals that I'm wearing today. So I have in my nose, I have jade. This is sodalite. Jade is prosperity, good luck. Sodalite, it's a blue stone. It deals with communications. We're going to talk about it later. Jasper, selenite is a great stone. I think we're going to talk about that a little later as well. This one is called calligraphy stone, serpentine. This is a lot of different ones, but carnelian is one of them. Mukite, jasper, mukite. We have on this, we have moonstone, which is good for emotional balance. Tiger's eye, focus, also protection. Garnet is good for relationships, communication. And then this is carnelian, which we'll talk about later too. So just a little overview. Oh, and titanium. Not titanium. What is it called? Yeah, titanium. In my nose. So, okay. There's more, but that'll get us started. All right. So let's start with a brief history of Reiki. It was developed in Japan in the early 20th century by a man named Dr. Mikao Usui. Reiki is a form of energy healing that's based on the idea that we all have a life force energy that flows through us. And you feel it. And when the energy is low, you feel stressed, you feel unwell, unbalanced, kind of chaotic. On the other hand, when that life force is flowing high, you feel healthy, you feel balanced, you feel full of energy. So we do Reiki to raise the vibration of our life force energy, or some people call it a chi, and to bring energy back into an aligned flow and closer, bringing us closer to our wellness. I like to describe Reiki as a touchless massage, similar to laying of hands in prayer, like in church. The word Reiki itself is derived from two Japanese words, rei, meaning universal, and ki, meaning life energy. So on his journey for true healing, Dr. Yasui discovered a way to harness this energy and channel it for healing purposes. This led to the establishment of various Reiki masters and schools all around the world and into our hearts and minds today. Now, let's turn our attention to crystal healing. The use of crystals for healing dates back thousands of years, with evidence found in ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans, even in the Bible, decorating Aaron's breastplate of judgment worn by the high priest as protection when dealing with the Ark of the Covenant. Crystals were believed to have a unique vibrational frequency or resonance that could positively affect the body and the mind. Each crystal is said to possess specific properties such as promoting love, reducing anxiety, protection, or enhancing focus. The practice gained popularity in the 20th century, aligning with the holistic health movement. And today, crystal healing is embraced by many as a way to enhance personal well being. I know I love it. It has so many different benefits to it. You look gorgeous, but also at the same time, you're embracing and you're um, getting all of these metaphysical properties from the crystals. People around you are also benefiting from those properties as well. So it's just a win-win study. It is much like Reiki to me in that it continues the learnings, the things that you um, adapt in your life in terms of crystal healing, just continues to evolve, just like Reiki. So I love it, and I'm sure you love it too. So, how do Reiki and crystal healing complement each other? Well, both practices focus on energy. Reiki works by channeling the life force energy we talked about, while crystal healing utilizes the vibrational frequencies of crystals. When combined, they can amplify the effects of each other. Reiki can be used to cleanse and charge crystals before and after use, while the vibration of crystals can enhance the Reiki energy during a session. Together, they create a harmonious environment that promotes deeper relaxation and healing. I typically work with apophyllite. Apophyllite is known as Reiki Master Crystal. It is used to soak up any type of negative energy during a session. And I usually use Reiki and selenite to clear it before and after use. So Reiki and crystals really do definitely go hand in hand uh, for the Reiki practitioner, but also for the recipient, because I'm using Reiki and I'm using crystals to help me prepare myself for the healing, um, as well as in the session, in the actual healing session, the recipient is also receiving the benefits from the crystals as well as the Reiki. You can place selenite anywhere. I like to place it anywhere on the recipient's body where they might be feeling some stress or a block, and I typically place my apophyllite right up under the table or very close to the area where I'm treating so it can soak up all of that great energy. I mean, all of that negative energy and replace it with great energy. Apophyllite, selenite. So let's explore some practical examples of using Reiki and crystal healing together. First, I want to talk about chakra balancing, and I'm going to use this healing board to show the different chakras and how you can place different crystals on each chakra to balance black tourmaline on your root, carnelian on your sacral for that passion, tiger's eye on your solar plexus, so you can feel safe. Rose quartz on your heart for self-love and love of others. And of course, we talked about sodalite on your throat. Some people need lots of help with their throat chakra. And then labradorite for your third eye. And then amethyst for your crown and to help you communicate with the divine. So that's how you would use crystal healing with Reiki for chakra balancing. You would send Reiki up and down the body and the chakras, and then you would pay special attention to any area within the chakras that you felt like there was some type of blockage or heat or whatever is there that may need some more Reiki. Okay. Now, you can do your chakra balancing for yourself. You can also do it for others. And you can do it in person or you can do it virtually using a healing board like this. So there are tons of possibilities of things that you can do to use both of these modalities simultaneously. Another way to use crystal healing and Reiki is through meditation. Let's use this clear crystal quartz. What you would do is you would hold it in your hand while you're practicing Reiki. You're going to focus on the energy flowing through you and into the crystal. Allow yourself several moments like this, just meditating on the Reiki, send the Reiki to the crystal. This can really deepen your meditative experience and promote clarity and calmness for you. And I also challenge you to do this with every crystal when you bring it home, is to have a small meditation with it just to introduce yourself, for it to introduce itself to you, and for also you to set an intention with the crystal. I got you because I intend to start focusing on writing this book. So my intentions for you is for you to help me focus on writing. I want to write several times a day, you know. This crystal is to help me to sleep better. My intention for you, Crystal, is for you to help me to relax at the end of the day and to have a restful sleep. This is very, 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 very important to your relationship with your crystals, because it is a relationship. You're asking them to provide you with assistance, and they're providing you with that assistance, but also a relationship is two ways. So you're also going to have to take care of your crystals. That's your part, you know, clearing them, putting them out in the sun, putting them out in the moon, you know, putting them in salt, all of those things. So another great way to join these two great modalities. Okay, so crystal grids is another way of joining these two healing modalities. You would create a grid with a specific intention. This is one of my favorite things to do too, such as healing or abundance. You would select the crystals that you want to use based on the properties and your intentions. After setting up your grid, you're going to perform Reiki over it, allowing the energy to flow through the grid, enhancing its effectiveness. I like to leave my grids up over time and periodically go back and hit them with Reiki to reactivate them. So I'm going to show you one of the grids that I have prepared. It's a grid for prosperity, and it's on a fruit of life sacred geometry symbol, which is composed of 13 inner circles. 13 represents the unity and the transition between worlds and dimensions. So the instructions that came with this grid was use this symbol to spiral inwards toward the next dimension of your consciousness. So I used it for an abundance crystal grid. So My shape is the fruit of life symbol. My focus stone, I use an African bloodstone, which is, it revitalizes and rebuilds your energy. So it's a great companion on a spiritual journey. Um, I also use golden tiger's eye around the focus stone, and that's good for discipline and prosperity. I use clear quartz points to amplify the energy, and pyrite and aventurine to increase the prosperity, to add to the prosperity that I'm asking for and my intentions. So you can see that it's really fun, I think, to kind of map out the things that you want before you start to create the grid. And then once you start to choose and select the different crystals that support your intentions, I think it's very neat to see how it all comes together. I even like leaving them up and coming back to see them does something to me, and I feel like just even looking at it gives it energy. So that's further pushing it towards bringing your intention towards fruition. So, and it's fun to do. And I've seen all types of grids, small grids, huge grids. I mean, there's really no restrictions as to what can be used and how. So, another great way to join these two modalities together. Okay, so the last way I'm going to share how to join these healing modes is distance healing. If you're practicing distance Reiki, you can also include crystals. You're going to visualize the recipient surrounded by specific crystals that correspond to their needs while sending Reiki energy from a distance. Using the long distance symbol, you could do that as well, or maybe not if you haven't been attuned to that. I use a Reiki doll as a surrogate. Let's say I'm working with someone who's struggling to find and use their voice more. So I would use soda light because you use this for clarity, logic, intelligence, communication, emotional balance, and intuition, truth and perception. So what I would do is I'd place the crystal directly on the doll and send Reiki through the crystal to the doll and the recipient. They will receive the Reiki energy as well as the properties from the crystal. This is a very powerful way to use both modalities at once. Again, you can do this for others, and you can do it for yourself. As we've seen today, which is very evident, is that Reiki and crystal healing are very complementary practices that can enhance our journey towards healing and well-being. Whether you're a practitioner or someone exploring these modalities for personal use, combining them offers a unique approach to holistic health. Please feel free to share with me, how do you use crystals and Reiki together for healing? I would love to hear from you. Thank you for joining me on this healing journey. Be sure to subscribe to Awakening Airwaves and find Reiki Rocks and Reflections for more insights into the world of Reiki and crystal healing. Until the next time, may your energy be balanced and your crystals shine bright. This is Lani-Woo, and I'm signing off. Stay healthy and stay mindful. Peace.